quick video on how to use this timing system for a cross-country race. Or first of all, this is the timing system. It comes with a manual and then a few buttons. You need 4 AAA batteries, paper for the printer, and then if you don't use batteries, you could always use the power brick. And then there is a USB adapter to connect it. That way you could upload whatever is here into the result on like Meet Manager or Meet Manager. So what I'm going to go over is how to time a race. Basically, let me see. Okay, so hopefully you guys could see this. You're going to click on mode, and you're going to click for a cross-country race or road race is number 2. Okay, and then wave, I always just leave it at 1, so it's 1 race. Single, and then I'm going to skip the test. Okay, so you could do a test to see the buttons. And when I'm going to start the race, you just press start. Okay, and it's starting. This right here is to turn the printer on, and this right here is for the paper to push out a little, like when you're cutting it. So right now we're into the race. It's a road race or a cross-country race. It's 15, 16, 17 seconds, and let's say first place is about to come, so you press lap. And then it pauses for a second, that way you could write it down or just say it out loud. So that was first place. Second place is about to come out at, let's say, 35. 34, 35. Okay. So it pauses with that second place, and it prints out what first place was. So it's always 1 behind. So let's say 3 more runners come. 1, 2, 3. So, and then let's say the race ended. So there's no more runners coming. We press stop. And then just press it out to get the thing. And right here we're going to see this little piece of paper. We're going to see first place, second place, third place, 4th, 5th, and then that's when the race was stopped. Okay, and these are the times right here. For first place, it's this time. Second place, this time. Third place, that time, and so on. Okay, so we're just gonna press stop again to reset it. Now it just says single for like the next race, but instead let's go to mode. Let's do track. No bibs, so they don't have a bib number. Okay. And for track, what we want is we want to connect a few buttons. So in order to put more buttons, we're going to have to use this adapter. And there's a cable for that. It has this like phone jack. I think it's like an R11 connection. We're gonna click it right here where it says link gate, which is on the sides. And then this right here is very important that you plug it into the same one, link cage. If you plug it into where it says PC on this side, this is where you plug it in, and then the USB side, you're just gonna freeze it. So there, it's plugged in. For a demo purpose only, we're just going to use a few buttons. I personally like to label each button, which is going to be a lane. So this is lane number 4. So I'm going to put it on the 4th slot. And let's get lane 1. Lane 1, and let's go with lane 6. Okay, So we have it right here on lane 6. So the way that this one works now is that each button is a lane again. So at the beginning of the race, right now it says track because it's in track mode. That's just the memory that it's in right now. And then it's 0, 0, 0. So again, just to recap, we go to mode, track. There's no bibs for this race, and we're in the race. Okay, when the starter shoots the pistol or the gun, we press it. We start the race with either lane button. So in this case, I'm the head timer. I'm just gonna start the race. Okay, and then let's say they're running a 100, 200, 300 meter hurdles, 400. Basically events, again, the events that are going to stay, that they're going to stay on their lane. As they're coming in, we're going to have a few people. I like to assign maybe just 3 people if there's a 6-lane track. Each person is in charge of like 2 buttons. So right here, if you guys can see the buttons, let's say the first runner's coming and he's in lane 6. As soon as his torso crosses the finish line, that's when I press it, and he was in lane 6. And here comes second place, which is in lane 2 or lane 1, and then third place is in lane 4. Okay, and they all crossed. I'm going to stop it. Okay, get out the times. Check the times out. Okay, first place, lane 6. That was his time. Second place was in lane 1, and that was his time. Third place was in lane 4, and that's his time. And then we stop the race. Okay, so all these right here. Me personally, I always time the 800, the mile, and the 2 mile as if it was a road race or a cross-country race, because all we care, they're not staying on their lanes, so we just care what place, you know, and then just right as soon as they cross the finish line, write the names. That way we could compare later the names with the place, the names with the place.